Welcome to this edition of the Desert Vision, presented by U.S. Army Central. I'm Specialist Adam Parent.
And I'm Specialist Brenton Nordegg.
Coming up in this edition of the Desert Vision, divers from the 74th Engineered Dive Detachment host a diver fitness challenge, soldiers utilize virtual reality technology to train on suicide prevention techniques, and the Sergeant Major of the Army visits Camp Arifjan. First up, soldiers from the 74th Engineered Dive Detachment hosted the first Diver Fitness Challenge at Kuwait Naval Base for soldiers to get a taste of what Army divers go through. The competition pushed teams of soldiers from a variety of units to their physical limits.
Today was a PT challenge to build morale and unit cohesion, and we essentially came out here and did a lot of physical exercise, running, swimming, and body weight stuff. Competing, I really think it puts people on a whole nother level. You know, seeing a team next to you trying to beat that team, you're going to give your extra effort. Especially in a team setting, you never want to let down your team members. So a lot of people push through their brick walls to get to the other side and, you know, see their actual full potential. It was amazing to see it all come together. You know, I've been planning it for a couple months, and just to see a great turnout of people come out and have, you know, I think we had 14 teams participating. It was just awesome to see that all come together and watch people embrace the suck, essentially.
This competition was a unique opportunity for soldiers to increase unit morale and promote spirit de corps while improving physical fitness.
Hi, I'm an insider threat.
And I'm a careless soldier.
It's been real easy lately to steal things. People just don't seem to care about security.
I have lost some CDs, and even my CAC.
Yeah, he left them on his desk. I shouldn't have been allowed in his office without supervision, but I did.
I have noticed some people coming in that I didn't know, but no big deal. I'm sure they're good.
But if you want to stop me, all you have to do is follow cybersecurity procedures. And hey, if you don't, I won't mind at all.
USR sent soldiers trained on the Intelligence and Electronic Warfare Tactical Proficiency Trainer in order to build leadership skills and address suicide prevention techniques at Camp Arifjan.
I think there's a myth that if someone is struggling with something, that if it is known that they're struggling, that's letting people know would be a sign of weakness. When in doubt, if they come forward, it's actually a sign of courage. The training was awesome. There was an avatar soldier that we had a specific scenario, and the soldier had everything from a potential DUI, marital problems, was involved with an attack, lost a battle buddy, a best friend, and he had financial problems. And so we as first line leaders were able to walk him through the different programs that are available to him so that he could see that he had a reason to live.
So the purpose of having this capability in theater is to provide the resources for the warfighters to be able to do the debriefings, interrogations, so that they have the training with the avatar before going into the real life situations. Very useful for the warfighter to be able to utilize here in the Arctic and in the facilities so that they can get the training that they require before pushing forward. So having this simulation and this virtual reality capability is a nice add-on to what already is out there. So it's a huge benefit to be able to offer it because it complements everything else that already exists that the Army is using.
This virtual reality trainer provides soldiers with a way to augment their regular suicide prevention training. Service members from across the AOR worked with Egyptian and other partner nations during embassy security training at Bright Star 18 near Alexandria, Egypt.
I'm Corporal Jordan M. I'm with the Fleet Anti-Terrorism Security Team, Company C, 2nd Platoon. I'm a fire team leader, I'm a rifleman. So we're conducting exercise Bright Start 18. We have a mix of Egyptian Rangers attached with us. Our goal here is to secure the American Embassy. About 2 squads are rolling up in 7 tons. We're going to dislodge, set up outer security for us, and then we're going to move in, kick in some doors, and secure the actual building itself, and then set up a 360 security around the compound. We have a mix of Egyptian, Jordanian, and American mechanized forces. They're going to be securing the outside of the city, setting up that inner and outer cordon. They've been great to work with. They're good guys, and they're motivated, and they believe in the cause that they're doing it for.
Bright Star is a multilateral U.S. Central Command training exercise held with the Arab Republic of Egypt to help prepare U.S. and partner forces to combat dynamic security threats of mutual concern. The Sergeant Major of the Army, Daniel Daly, recently toured Camp Arifjan and visited soldiers.
Sergeant Major of the Army Daniel A. Daly visited soldiers at Camp Arifjan, Kuwait on September 22nd to communicate with soldiers, learn about the capabilities of the Patriot launching site, and receive a tour of the theater gateway. During his visit, Sergeant Major of the Army Daly also answered questions about the new Army Combat Fitness Test and the Pinks and Greens uniform updates. Sergeant Major of the Army Daly travels often to spend time observing training and interacting with soldiers. Next up, let's take a look at what the major commands in U.S. Army Central are up to.
Recently, I had the opportunity to sit down with U.S. ARCENT's Deputy Chief of Staff, Colonel Christopher Coglanese, as part of our new series, Leaders on Leading. So what lessons did you learn as a junior leader that you use and apply now to your style of leadership today?
I think, again, it goes back to authenticity. I learned that I had to, I couldn't portray some caricature of what I thought an Army leader should be. I've seen that on more than a few occasions of people who are unsure of their own, they lack confidence, or they're unsure of themselves, or they haven't had a chance to really experiment with some different leadership styles and kind of find what naturally fits for them. So I think as a leader, as a junior leader, I really kind of discovered that as a key to success. I think, especially in the Army, you have to be absolutely passionate about the profession of arms. You cannot, this is such a serious business. Lives are at stake. Nations are at stake. I mean, this is a very serious profession, arguably the most serious because of the gravity of the power that we wield, the sheer destructive power and the ability over lives and property and such. So I think you have to be absolutely passionate about this, because you can't take this, if you treat this as just another job, I think people will see through that. So that people have to understand, man, the boss loves the Army. Now, you got to be careful about loving the Army too much, because the Army doesn't necessarily will always love you back. So you got to balance that out a little bit. I think you've got to absolutely be passionate, and that's where I think I learned that in my as a junior officer. I truly found my passion for service. Certainly in my time as a cadet at West Point, and then in my time as a junior leader as a Bradley Infantry Platoon leader, and then as a mechanized, as a task force scout platoon leader in Bradley's. I really found my love and my passion.
To see more on the interview with Colonel Coglanese, check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/US Army Central.
And our YouTube channel at youtube.com/US Army Central.
I'm Specialist Brent Nordyke.
And I'm Specialist Adam Parent.
Thanks for watching.